Hello everyone, so today I'm gonna do what if Deku had solo leveling, and I'm gonna do what if Deku had Incursio and Alchemy's sword later on this, and sorry for not posting. I told you before, I'm just lazy and I'm tired and I'm doing too much schoolwork. I'm in quarantine / isolation, but yeah, so here's how it's gonna go down. This might be copied by any way, I don't know if it's going to be copied by any way from other YouTubers who done this, but yeah. So basically Deku is just been born, okay? He's just been born. And then the thing, while he's being born, a screen pops up. It says, do you want to have power? And then the thing, since he's still a baby, he says he doesn't know, so it keeps on going forever until he's like about 7. He knows how to take it off now, so yeah. He does that and it just goes away, and then about 13 years of age it comes back again, and he forgot about it since. And then the thing, it says, do you want to have great power? Deku says, and Bakugo's been bullying Deku since, so he said he doesn't want to be looked down upon, so he says he tries to tap yes, but then it doesn't work, it just goes through. But then he's just like, okay, what if I say yes? Then the yes glows up white, and then the thing gets to another menu, and it's basically a menu where it's on the top right, it has character, like, I don't know, equipment, weapons, storage, armor, and all that stuff, and stats. The stats are for 13-year-old strength about 50%. No, not 50%, but yeah, all durability, physique, and all that stuff. But then a screen pops up, and there's just like a quest. He says accept. He sees what he has to do: 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and a 10-kilometer run. So yeah, by now he is just like, what do you mean? So Deku just waits it out, and then after the time limit hits, which is about, I don't know, let's say 3 hours, it's just like teleports him to another part of, no, just teleports him somewhere, and then the thing, it's the sand spot, to a desert, and then the thing, he waits, and then bam, whatever that worm thing is, just explodes out of the ground. Then the time limit starts. Deku's just scared, so he runs for his life. Runs, just runs, man. Until he runs until the time limit went off for the thing. So yeah, never mind. Sorry about that. But basically, he comes back, he gets teleported back, and then he's just like to himself, okay, I'm not gonna get that penalty again. So yeah, the next day he wakes up very early, and then but before that he says to his mom, hey mom, so for the rest of my life, but for the rest of the time I'm gonna be with you in your life, I'm gonna wake up very early, so yeah, just to do some training because I worry about my health. And then the thing, Inko's just like, oh, it's okay. Then Deku says, "Thank you, Mom," and then he sleeps. Next day, the Deku puts on his clothes, and then the quest comes up. And then I think Deku accepts it. He has to do 100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups, and a 10-kilometer run. Slash, I don't know how many miles, because that's way less than a kilometer in Australia. Okay. But basically, he does the push-ups first. He gets tired after, like, I don't know, 70 or 50, but he stops at least 25 per 10 minutes. So yeah, but he completes it. And yeah, and the sit-ups, he gets 50 per 5 minutes. His sit-ups not that hard, although it is. And then the 10-kilometer run, since he's done those two, it upgrades his stats a little bit, just by, I don't know, 2 points. But he gains about 4 skill points doing the sit-ups and push-ups, 2 for each. And then the 10-kilometer run, he runs and still runs. About halfway, he goes to the shops, buys a cold drink, buys an energy drink, buys a monster drink, buys a bang, which is basically a energy drink as well, buys adrenaline shot, which is a energy drink as well, buys a power battery, I just made that up, which is a super energy drink. So yeah, he drinks that one, his stamina goes back up, it fills back up. So he's just like so energized. He runs, and yeah, so he completes it. And after he completes it, it just gives him a reward. It's like, choose a reward for the present or the past. Deku is just like the present, not the present, past, or future. No, not past, present or future. He chooses present, and then the thing, he gets gifted 2 boxes, a key to the sorcerer thing, and a key. He gets 3 boxes. A key to the sorcerer's realm, which is basically where he unlocks. He gets ego and gets the sorcerer thing, but he can't unlock it yet. He's a low level. And the demon realm, which is basically the demon tower. And for the sword, he just gains like, let's see, where's Google? But basically, he gets a dagger, and I'm gonna see what dagger he gets, because there are different types of daggers. Okay, I just saw one that was really cool. But let's say he gets this dagger. No, not that dagger. He gets this, but a little bit wider, just to say. And yeah, he just like checks the stats, and he sees that he needs to be he sees the stats of it, 57 attack damage, durability, unbreakable, and swiftness on the thing is about 78. So yeah, Deku just keeps it, but it's very heavy. Slash, it's very big, just as big as the thing, the venom snake tooth from the original manga slash manhwa slash comic from a solo leveling, from the snake's tooth gained by defeating the snake. king of the storm, I think. But basically, no, he gets 4. Why am I so? No, he doesn't get 4. And then he keeps. But then after doing that quest, sorry for stuttering a lot and just saying like in it like that. But basically, after he does the quest and gets all the gifts, he sees like side quests. If he wants to do more of the push-up things, he does more. So he's just like, let me just do more. So he does more. But later on, he figures out that he does it about 2 hours of workout. And yeah, not every day, but every 3 hours, he does 2 hours of workout. And it's basically that. And after that, he goes to a skill. No, on his menu, it shows an exclamation mark, and then he turns to that, presses it. Well, not presses it, but says to go on it, and then he sees all his skill points. It's about 70 or so since he's done it for a month now, and yeah. But ever since that day, Deku's been changing a lot. Only a month. Yes. Are you serious? Only a month. So in 13 years old, he's about, let's see, 13 years old, he's about my size, 159, which is very tall for dwarves. Sorry for all the dwarves out there, but yeah. And after a month, he is 168. And you're probably wondering, that's not tall. Well, guess this. What if he does that for 2 years? 2 years, I'm saying. Yeah, he would get very tall. Well, tall as the original thing. But yeah. So basically, Deku is now going about his day, just training, and then he's done it about 2 years or so. He's 15, and yeah, it's the sludge villain attack. The Nopo doesn't happen because Bakugo doesn't want to mess with the tall ass dude. Deku's about 6, not 6. He's the same height as Sangjin Woo, the person who got the solo leveling system in the manga. I wish it was an anime. It would be super cool. But yeah, so basically Deku is just like, I might just enter a thing, not the sludge villager. It's like a bit of the dungeon. He takes out a key from all the keys he got, and it's a lot of keys. And then it points him to the directions, gives him directions, and then bam, gets to the subway, puts the key in it, unlocks it, goes into the thing. No one can see him. It's a parallel universe from it. Just the same thing, but no one can see him. Alternate dimension. But he enters, he sees all the wolves. Some are red, some are orange, some are green, but yeah. So takes out the green. No, all he sees are like green. So he takes out another thing. The menu just goes to an inventory, and then it just says, to get out a weapon, just look at the weapon you want and put your hand through the thing. So Deku does that, gets the dagger out, and yeah. So he slice and dice all about killing the green ones, and he kills so much greens that he has gained enough skill. So Deku's strength for a 15-year-old is not that max though. It's about 35 on every, 36 on strength and agility. But basically, Deku is very strong as hell now. Until he reaches where the orange ones are green and the red ones are orange, and yeah, so on and so on. So Deku, with the badass he is, just goes through like, and then the thing just defeats all of them, and then it moves on just like that. And he's very tired. His stamina is going down a lot, so he has nothing to do but do the push-up and sit-ups. But he only does the push-up and sit-ups, not the push-up and sit-ups. He does the this one's different. He has side quests, the side quests. So 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups, and not a 1K, a 1 kilometer run. It's just a jumping jack, 50 jumping jacks, and he does that, gains about 5 skill points, and regenerates his stamina, which helped a lot. So he goes about his way killing monsters, and then he enters to the boss thing. Well, he doesn't know it's a boss, but then he looks down a tunnel way, and then he hears boss music. He's just like, okay, this is the boss. And I've gained quite a bit of money, about over 300 million yen or so. Sorry for the and sniffing. I do not have corona. Don't call the cops on me, except for my sister. But yeah, no, I do have corona. My sister's in isolation. Ah, God, sad. But yeah, so Deku now is just walking down, getting some chills, but overcoming it. Then the snake boss just flies like a piece of rock. Deku's just barely dodges it. It's just like, what the fuck? And then he sees the snake boss, and it's a red. So Deku's just like, okay, let's go. So if I was not battling the thing, but while battling it, his dagger breaks. Well, it's not very unbreakable, but his durability, the sword's durability, goes down very, very dramatically fast. But does a lot of damage until it's broken. Now, after it's broken, Deku is losing by that point, and then he realized he can put some on intelligence, so he knows what to do more, speed, and all of it in strength. So about not that much in strength and a lot of things. But yeah, the strengths are infinite, and All Might is way past his strength. Not way past his strength. He's getting close. But yeah. So Deku is now in the thing, just gonna see if he has any health potions, because his HP is down the drain. Then he realizes he has like a mid-rank potion too. So he drinks, well, he doesn't, he has a lot. He drinks them both in one chug. HP goes up, stamina potion, drinks it. Stamina goes up, and yeah, and then he dashes like crazy because his stamina went all the way up to max. And then he's just dashing around, slicing and dicing with the broken blade on the part where it's broken. So when he hits it, it goes through the skill, because while he was fighting it before, he done some very critical damage that could have broken, if he still attacked, he could have broken the skills with ease. So Deku does that, and then the thing, but then his sword gets knocked off by the snake, so he and what everyone would do at this situation, dash for the snake straight front, charging in, but then instead of attacking it straight front, jumps up, dashes through the air, goes at the behind the snake, goes to the head of the snake, goes down to the throat where it's connected to the snake's head, choke it, which means just putting it in a headlock, and then the thing, yeah. Well, basically, he finishes that, and yeah. So after that, he gains a lot of XP points. His HP goes up. His level's about 50 or so. The max level to get the sorcerer is 70. So yeah. But basically, Deku looks at the prizes and then he sees a snake fang. He's just like a snake fang dagger. Okay. He looks at it. He sees that if he straight out stabs someone with the thing or just like cut them badly, it doesn't do a poison attack. But if he just swiftly cuts them a little bit, does a poison attack and a paralyzed attack. So yeah. So Deku is just like, okay, let me see the durability. Infinite. So yeah. Now Deku, after that, he is, bro, you wanna know how strong he is? And it takes about 2 days to complete. So yeah, he's not worried. They're not worried though. It's the holidays. So the mom thinks that he's just hanging out with his friends at a sleepover or something. So yeah. But then she realized after 2 days he doesn't have any friends. But then it's school time. Deku walks up to the school. He's just muscly as hell. Puts a lot into fatigue. So yeah, he looks badass. While looking cute, while looking hot, while looking sexy. So yeah, Deku is now just walking, and then he sees Bakugo bullying a girl, just shaming him, about to attack the girl. But then Deku just walks up to Bakugo before he could use the explosion. No, he didn't walk up to Bakugo. Before he uses the explosion, Deku just dashes to Bakugo, catches his hands, and slams his hand on the ground, which also slams Bakugo on the ground as well. And then Deku's just like, what are you doing, Bakugo? Then Bakugo's just like, stop getting into my business, you quirkless loser bastard. Deku's just like, no. You're bullying someone, and if you're gonna be a if you're gonna be a hero, don't attack people. Only attack people if they're a villain. And then Bakugo's just like, shut up, I don't need advice from you. I know how to be a hero. And Deku's just like, okay, if you know how to be a hero, then why are you attacking innocent people? And then Bakugo's just like, innocent people? She has a fire and an ice quirk, and that fire can burn things. Deku's just like, okay, well, you have an explosion quirk, and guess what? Your explosion can explode things. What's worse, a bombing or a fire? And then Bakugo's just like, Then Deku says, it's what I thought. Then he turns back, kneels down on one knee, and then looks down to Todoroki, and then says, are you okay? Then Todoroki says, yeah, I'm fine. Thank you for saving me. And then Deku's just like, don't worry. Hope we can be friends though. Then Todoroki says, friends? Really? Then Deku's like, yeah. Have you never had a friend? Todoroki says, yeah, I've never had a friend because of my dad. And then Deku's just like, well, guess what? I never had a friend either. You want to be friends? And I think Todoroki's just like, sure. So yeah. Now, hold on. Yeah. But then, no. Deku's 14. Deku's 14 at that point. He's not 15. But a year goes on, nothing happens. But then, at 14, like on July the 31st, I don't know when that is. No, February the 13th. It's still multiple, but it's basically Koro Senso's birthday. But then everybody's freaking out. It's like, we're gonna die. It's Friday the 13th because Jason Voorhees. Well, I'm a weeb. Just going like, it's Koro Sensei's birthday. Because Koro Sensei died. And I still miss him. Why did they have to kill him off? And I still cry from this day forward. I miss you, man. Okay, but basically, enough of that. I'm still crying. No, I'm not crying. I'm about to cry though. Okay, but basically, sorry if I stop or say, but basically, every time I just think of stuff while saying but basically or stop. So yeah. On Friday the 13th, was it? Oh yeah, Todoroki says to Deku that he has to leave, and then Todoroki makes Deku an ice figure of him and Todoroki. And yeah, so Deku's just like, don't worry, and then he's not gonna, no. I forget about him. So yeah, no, he gives him a necklace with Deku and Todoroki in there, in each side. And Deku gives her a necklace and an All Might figure and a Deku plushie. And then Todoroki's just like, thank you, hope we can meet again. Then Deku says, hope we can meet again as well. So the year goes by, and then the sludge villain attack. Now Deku's very strong at this point. He's about half. No, he's not half All Might level. I won't reveal his strength. He's overpowered though. That's all I'm saying. He's overpowered. But basically, Deku, basically, it's a sludge villain attack. No, the sludge villain attack doesn't happen. Nothing happens actually. And then it's 10 months of training. The teacher comes in. There's a bunch of papers and says, so after this year, you're gonna have to decide what job you'll have. And then they just like, and then he just throws all the papers, and then he's just like, just kidding. I know you all want to take the hero course, and then everybody's cheers using their Kurog. Deku's just standing at the back, and then Bakugo's just like, hey, teach, don't put me with these B classes. And then everybody's just like, B classes? What the hell are you talking about? Then the teacher says, I mean, it is right, because Bakugo has some very high scores in his tests and all the subjects, and then he's also going to UA. And everyone's just like, UA? You mean the best hero thing? And yeah. But basically, Deku. But then Bakugo's just like, yeah, and if any one of you go to UA, I'll make sure that you weren't even bored. Then the teacher's just like, no, Bakugo, calm down. There's also another person going to UA. Then the teacher says, Izuku Midoriya. Then everyone's just like, Izuku Midoriya? Then they look back at Deku, who's just basically just messing around with his menu. He's just looking at the shops, and then he's still hearing. He's just half hearing. He can still hear though. And he's just looking through the shops, and then he sees a sword that costs about 200 million. Not a sword. He sees a dagger that costs 200 million. What was it? 200 million yen in Japan currency, I think. But yeah. So now it is. What was it? Oh yeah. Then Bakugo gets angry, and then Thing tries to explode Deku's desk, but because he's about to slam on Deku's desk and explode it, but then before he could slam on it and release an explosion, Deku, with his fast-ass reflexes, just no one could see Deku. It's like Ultra Instinct mode or a Swordsman mode, anime Swordsman mode. Just like ding 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 ding, lifts up his arm, ding 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 ding, hits Bakugo's arm, and then ding 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 ding, puts it back. Then ding 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 ding, and then Bakugo gets a hit, and then he's just like, what the hell? Then Deku's just like, meh. He opens the window while the bell rings. Deku's just like, meh. He sits, gets up, grabs his bag, puts it on one shoulder, opens the school window, opens the window, gets on the windows thing, and then jumps off. So yeah. But I'm gonna have to leave it off for now, and it probably won't. No. 10 months ago, and he does the same thing. Enters some dungeons, pretty easy with the sword he has, with the 2 swords he has. Gets some bandages that are cloth and bandages, mix them together, healing bandages, healing cloths. So yeah, and basically, he wraps them around his thing, just goes around, and before the entrance exam, he does the night thing, and same thing happens like the original from the manga, and I don't want to explain it, so I do recommend reading the manga. It's very good. Not the My Hero Academia, but the Solo Leveling. Yeah. Well, basically, Deku now is going to UA, walking around, 10 months is done, and he's basically a sorcerer now. And the school entrance exam, and he just walks up. The hell? Wait, so if I was there, yeah. I know. Okay, sorry for the stop, but entrance exam. Okay, but entrance exam, and yeah, so he just walks up to the thing looking like a badass, looking like a hot ass dude, sexy ass dude, cute ass dude. At the time, he's just wearing some. No, let's see what clothes he's wearing. race. Okay, sorry if I'm not talking, I'm just searching up stuff. Okay, what clothes are he wearing? What clothes should he wear? Let's say these clothes. He's wearing these clothes. And no, this is not what he looks like. This is what he looks like. And bro, just saying, I shipped these two, but this is what he looks like. Bro, does he look cute as hell, sexy as hell, whatever you want to say, compliment him, because that's what he looks like. But yeah, so, okay, 36, 25 seconds. Okay, but basically, Deku just walks up, and yeah. Now, while he was walking up, he sees a familiar face. And he looks, and then he realizes it's someone he remembers. His only friend that he had for the past childhood of his life. So he just walks up to Todoroki, which he doesn't know. Which he doesn't know it's actually her, but he's just thinking, and then he's just like, "Hi, is your name Todoroki?" Then Todoroki no, Deku doesn't say walk up and say hi. He just walks up and taps Todoroki on the shoulder and says, "Excuse me, by any chance is your name Todoroki?" Then Todoroki says, "Yes, and who are you?" Deku says, "It's me, Izuku Midoriya." Then Todoroki's just like, "Izuku? Is that really you?" Then Deku says, "Yep." Then Todoroki says, "I miss you. I miss you so much." And then Deku says, "I miss you too." And then Todoroki hugs Deku. And yeah. But basically, Deku is not walking around. Is walking with Todoroki with the entrance exam. They sit next to each other, they talk, and then while they're talking, Ida just walks up to them and says, "Excuse me, stop talking. We're having a test right now." And then Deku's just like, "Excuse me? When?" Ida's just like, "Now. Stop talking now." No, then Deku says, "No. When did I ask?" Then Ida's just like, "What did you say to me?" "I am Ida, brother." Oh no, he doesn't say that. He's just like getting angry. And then Todoroki laughs, Deku laughs, they have a bit of laugh with that, and then just goes on with the testing. Deku finishes with a high score, about 4th place. Todoroki 5th place. Or 3rd place. I don't know. Sorry, I'm zoning. Sorry if you get bored with this, but yeah. So, entrance exam time, and yeah. Todoroki and Deku get paired up in the same city. What was it? Deku was going to walk up to Todoroki, and is walking up right now, and then he's just like, "Excuse me, what are you doing?" Deku says, "I'm going to talk to that girl over there." And then Edith is like, well, you shouldn't, because you were probably gonna ruin her thing and make her think that she has a very bad quirk. Deku's just like, no, she's my best friend. Why would I say that? Stop talking, please, you're annoying. Then Edith is like, excuse me, do you know who you're talking to? Deku says, yeah, a four-eyed freak. No, he doesn't say a four-eyed freak. Deku says, hold on. Deku says, yeah, a four-eyed annoying ass person. And I will. Okay, it goes on. Prison Mike says 3, 2, 1, go. Starts Deku just dash, gets a lot of points, destroying robots by the second. And then after that, about not halfway, 3/4 into the, practical exam. The 0 pointer comes up, he sees everyone